Welcome back. Today we have a word for a terrible situation. We have Bibles, a disaster, a prize, a remarkable record, a couple of phenomenons of engineering and design, a song and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for May 6th. May 6th is the 125th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 126th in leap years, with 239 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is conflagration. Conflagration is a noun that means consumption by fire, especially a large, disastrous fire involving numerous buildings. Conflagration can also mean something like a large disastrous fire, especially in war. The word conflagration comes to us from Latin. First known use of the word conflagration is in the mid-1500s. Conflagration. And with that, on May 6, 1541, King Henry VIII ordered English language Bibles to be placed in every church. An edition known as the Great Bible was provided for this purpose. The Great Bible preceded the King James Version, KJV, by a few years, as the King James Version was published in 1611 by the sponsorship of King James. On May 6, 1937, the German Zeppelin Hindenburg caught fire and was destroyed within a minute while attempting to dock at Lakehurst, New Jersey. 36 people perished in that conflagration. Author John Steinbeck was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for his novel The Grapes of Wrath on May 6, 1940. On May 6, 1954, Roger Bannister, at the age of 25, became the first person to run the mile in under 4 minutes. It was previously thought to be a physical impossibility to run a mile in under 4 minutes, but once it happened, the 4-minute barrier has been broken by just over 2,000 athletes. As of the time of this reporting, in 2026, there has not yet been a woman who has run a 4-minute mile. The English Channel Tunnel, nicknamed Chunnel, opened on May 6, 1994 in a ceremony presided over by England's Queen Elizabeth II and French President François Mitterrand. The channel connected Britain and the European mainland for the first time since the Ice Age. The channel has the longest underwater section of any tunnel in the world at 37.9 kilometers, or 23.5 miles, and is the third longest railway tunnel in the world. An actual train trip through the channel between Folkestone, United Kingdom, and Calais, France, typically takes about 35 minutes, but you will want to account for border controls and boarding, which usually brings the total time to around 1.5 to 2 hours. I understand the channel is open and operative 24/7, 365, but feel free to correct me if I've gotten that wrong. Back in the late 1990s, the Apple design team were working on a new computer design. They developed sketches for a distinctive, all-in-one computer with an eye to ease of use and internet connectivity. They made the new computer colorful and translucent, built around a cathode ray tube display wrapped in a curved plastic case. It was an ad agency, Ken Siegel, who suggested the name iMac. It was short, had Mac in it, and the I prefix suggested the internet. Steve Jobs hated that name at first, but it stuck, and sure enough, Apple later adopted the I prefix across its consumer hardware and software lines, such as iPod, iPhone, iPad, iCloud, iTunes, and so on. All that to say that on May 6, 1998, Steve Jobs unveiled the first iMac. It's John Flansburgh's birthday today, and we've talked about him in a previous video, which I'll link in the description. He's half of the team that make up the group They Might Be Giants. They Might Be Giants has released 24 studio albums, 18 compilations, 20 live albums, 25 EPs, that's extended plays, and 40 singles. My introduction to them was with their third studio album, Flood, and we've talked about a couple of songs from that album before as well, Birdhouse in Your Soul and Istanbul, not Constantinople. Today we'll talk about Lucky Ball and Chain. John Linnell says of this song that it employs the unreliable narrator motif in a simple regret song about the one that got away. It's influenced by country western musical tradition and is delivered in the quirky way that They Might Be Giants does. Lucky Ball and Chain by They Might Be Giants. Link in the description. How about that? Today's quote is one that a viewer shared with me, and it is, "To me, the universe is simply a great machine which never came into being and never will end." Nikola Tesla. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time.